I'm so sorry, Emily. You're right. I completely forgot about part 3, panic. Now, panic is what happens when you've done all of this work and you've made a prediction of, say, 8 roasts, but you have enough people coming in for a need for maybe 30 roasts. So you have 8, and they take a long time to cook. You realize, oh, we're going to need 30. You start to put them in, but you start to fall behind. The later ones aren't getting cooked fast enough, even if you put 100 of them in a total panic. So at some point, you're going to find a place where you need to take a small chunk of one of these roasts, whether it's raw or just halfway towards a temperature that's safe for humans to eat, and you're gonna slice off a piece of it, usually just with a big old fucking knife, and just throw that into the oven on a baking tray. But you're gonna do it in a microwave oven instead of an oven because you don't have time for the regular oven. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this in here, and you're gonna put it like 99 minutes, and you're gonna cook the shit out of it. So we'll pretend like 10 minutes has passed, and this can be a little bit of a jarring process because what you expect to have come out is going to be not something that looks relatively like roast beef like this, but something that looks a little bit more like this, where it's brown and black and red. It's a shape that you don't really recognize anywhere in nature, and it's steaming, and you might have hissing noises. That's a common thing. And sometimes those hissing noises might sound like a cat being tortured. Some of them sound more like snakes. And then another thing that can happen is you open the door and part of your roast is on fire. So you want to make sure in that case you know where the fire extinguisher is. You can spray it out, and usually you can get away with scraping the foam back off and you still have a salvageable piece. Now what comes out of the slicer when you do this is not going to resemble the light fluffy. It's just going to be a bunch of chunks of half burnt, half red, crappy ass beef, and you're going to throw it on the buns and serve it to people until somebody complains and says, "What the fuck?" And we say, "Well, we ran out of roast beef." "Well, your Arby's roast beef, you're out of roast beef. Are you fucking kidding me?" No, sir, we understand it's a difficult process of prediction and slow cooking, and we have certain quality standards that we have to uphold, and that's why we gave you this bun with a bunch of shitty ass burnt meat. But and then other times you just have to shut down, which is cool because then you can get around to drinking milkshakes with booze in them.